Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Envy, and today we're going to take a look at HTC's Wildfire. This is a quad-band GSM phone, dual-band 3G. Phone weighs in at 118 grams, so it's definitely on the lighter side. Build quality, you've got a nice rubberized texture coating here on the back, on the top and bottom. Black brushed metal piece here all the way across the back. Nice little metal accent around the camera with the metal HTC logo. On the front of the phone, you've got high-grade plastic here around the display. There's also a metal border that encompasses the entire display, and again some nice soft rubberized texture coating here on the bottom. Phone feels very solid. Size comparison-wise, to give you an idea, that's up next to an old BlackBerry Curve. They're about the same size. However, the Wildfire is definitely thinner than the old BlackBerry Curve. Taking a look around the Wildfire, on the bottom is the microphone. Left hand side is the micro USB port along with the volume rocker up and down. On top is 2.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key. On the back of the Wildfire, you've got a 5 megapixel camera with autofocus, LED flash, offers smile detection as well as geotagging, shoots video at a resolution of 320 by 240. Underneath the battery cover is a 1300 milliamp battery. It's rated at 8 hours and 10 minutes of talk time on 2G, 7 hours and 30 minutes of talk time on 3G. Also underneath the battery cover is the micro SD card slot. You do not need to remove the battery to replace or exchange the micro SD card. On the front of the phone, you've got a 3.2-inch TFT capacitive touch display showing 240 by 320 pixels. It offers multi-touch, an accelerometer sensor, as well as a proximity sensor. And just below the screen, you've got 4 touch-sensitive keys, a search key, a back key, a menu key, and a home key, as well as optical trackball navigation. Phone has 284 megabytes of RAM, 512 megabytes of ROM. Memory can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of micro SD cards. Phone offers Wi-Fi B and G, Bluetooth version 2.1 with A2DP, has GPS with support for AGPS, also has an FM radio. The phone can also be used to tether to other devices. It runs on Qualcomm's MSM 7225 528 megahertz processor. The operating system is Android 2.1 with HTC Sense UI overlay. Let's take a little closer look at the user interface on HTC's Wildfire. And again, it runs Android 2.1 with HTC Sense UI overlay. And what that means is you're going to get 7 different panels that you can customize either with Android or HTC widgets, bookmarks, contact information, application shortcuts, or folders. And to add a widget, very simply done. Let's remove this one first. Simply hold down. You'll feel some haptic feedback, and down here you'll see where it says remove. Simply drag it down. When it turns red, let go, and it's gone. To add a widget, simply hold down on the home screen. You'll get an add to home menu that pops up. We'll decide we'll pick a widget, and let's go to, I think that was bookmarks. Let's put that back. And we're going to be given a choice as to which one we'd like to use, and we'll use this one and hit select. And there we've added a widget, and it will load the bookmarks, and there you go. So it's that easy to do. Main menu key down here in the lower left hand corner. Typical Android menu. Couple of things that are new. You've got an app sharing app. In other words, if I want to share task panel with a friend, I simply tap on it and it'll give me different ways that I can share. So I can send that off to a friend. Also, you've got a new flashlight, which is pretty cool application. It gives you 3 just different brightness adjustments, as you can see. And obviously it uses the flash, LED flash on the back. Typical Android has a a notification bar, easy for me to say. And obviously I can tap on that, go directly to it. I can hit clear to clear it, or I can simply slide it back up and it will continue to notify me that I have an unread email. Home key, obviously it will bring you back to the home panel. Holding it down will access the task manager, show you the last 6 applications you've been running. Tapping on one will take you directly to it. Also, it acts as a shortcut. Pushing it from the home screen will open up an overview of all 7 of your panels. Simply tapping on one will take you directly to it. Squeezing the screen together will bring you back to the 7-panel overview. Also, from a social network standpoint, it has a Twitter application, has a Facebook application, but what I think works best is what's called FriendStream. And what FriendStream allows you to do is to set up various accounts either through Facebook, Flickr, Plurk, or Twitter. So that's friend stream, and that's the extent of the social networking. Also, it allows you to do photo sharing with Facebook, Flickr, and Twitter, video sharing on YouTube as well. Let's take a little closer look at the messaging application on the HTC Wildfire, and we'll send a new message to John. You can see the editor down here at the bottom. You've got a much bigger area than you used to have before, so we'll call John. Let's put it in landscape so you can get a look at the landscape keyboard as well. Call John on Tuesday, and you can see the predicts text very well, or predicts words very well. And then let me show you a couple other things. You now have a send button. Get it back in portrait. Come on. Got a send button up here, or a send key that we didn't have before. And you also have an attachment key that allows you to attach photos, music, contact information, calendar events, as well as video. See those down at the bottom, and then we hit send. And that's a quick look at the messaging application.